Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says, Party City has a 30% discount for 24 hours on October the 30th for the sale of costumes to celebrate Halloween. The scatter plot below shows the number of costumes sold and the time elapsed. Which conclusion is supported by the scatter plot above? So they're asking us to find what? A conclusion, right? And it has to be supported with the data that is given to us, right? So first of all, what are they talking about in the graph? What are the two things that they're comparing? Well, they're comparing the time in hours, right? For the sales, right, that they have, and the number of costumes that they sold, okay? So remember that they have a 30% discount, right? And they're gonna have for how many hours? For 24 hours, right? Okay, so in the first couple of hours, you can see that how many costumes were sold in the first couple of hours compared to how many costumes are sold after so many hours, right? So one of the things that I want you to think about is, can I draw a line? Can I have a linear relationship or correlation here, right? So I'm gonna think about this kind of line, right? And the next thing that we can do is actually choose some points that we can analyze, right? Okay, so for example, if I look at this point that is here, right? This one will be a 2, right? And this will be a what? Well, think about it. This one is going by 50s, right? So that'll be kind of like a 25. So in the first 2 hours, because X represents the hours, right? In the first 2 hours of the sales, right, they sold about so many costumes, right? They sold 25 costumes, right? So what happened as the hours increases? Okay, so let's go ahead and find another point that is somewhere over here. So after 8 hours, we have about what? 100 and maybe 25 costumes sold. So what can you conclude? What can you conclude? What happens as the number of hours increases? What do you think is going to happen as the hours gets higher and higher? What's going to happen to the costumes that they sell? Do you think that they're going to get less and less, or do you think it's going to get higher and higher? The costumes actually will get what? Higher, right? As the number of hours gets higher, the costumes that they sell will also get higher, right? Because that's I can see this one as a what? Positive. Very good. It's a positive association, right? Okay, so let's look at the answer choices. So letter A says, if the time increases, if the time elapses increases, the number of costumes sold will decrease. Is that true? No, right? Because actually the number of costumes that they were selling, it actually got higher, right? And it's getting higher and higher. So A cannot be my answer. What about B? B says, if the time elapses decreases, the number of costumes increases. Does that even make sense? Like the less time that you are gonna have the sale, the more costumes they're gonna, the more they're gonna sell? No, right? That's not what the data is giving me. What about letter C? It says there is no relation between both variables. And no, we agree that there is a relation, right? We can see it. We can see the line right there. Okay. And letter D says if the time increases, if the time elapsed increases, the number of costumes sold will also increase. And that's true because another word for higher and higher means what? Increasing, right? Therefore, my answer will be letter D. Very good. That's the answer, guys.